Welcome to the Zentangle Project Pack Series. My name is Rick,
Hi, I'm Maria.
and today
Today is the last day.
the big unveiling
The
here.
finale.
So here we go. Are you ready? Let's
Go.
do it. Go. Okay, here we go. Okay.
So this is the one that we created together here and there and put it together on one, so you guys could get a sense of what we had in mind.
So we put all of the tangles from all of the days
And then some.
and then some. So check out the corners, right? And actually on the corners,
I painted it in with a dark ink first, and then tangled with a white jelly roll, and then went in with some blue watercolor pencil and a little bit of white chalk pencil, and that's what I came up with.
so now we're going to work with the spinner. Okay, it's
The
time
arrow thingy.
the arrow thingy. It's time to put it together. But before we put it together, we have to take it apart. So just pop that out of that, right? And then I'm going to set the arrow aside. And I'm going to push this piece through here, right?
You can see it.
There it is. And then here we go. We'll push the arrow in. We'll push the arrow in.
And it
There it
snaps
goes.
right in.
And
I want to push that
Okay,
arrow around.
let's-
So do that first spin. How cool! Oh my
There
God!
we
How
go.
could something that simple be so cool and fun?
okay, so there we go. It goes, okay, this is really special because it goes clockwise
Oh, it can go the other
and
way
it can
too.
go counterclockwise.
Wow! It could, depending on what part of the
There
world
is
you're
no
in.
up and down,
It was.
no left or right.
Oh, great! That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so now what can we do? So part of the,
Well, this is how I envisioned the spinner to work, and
Okay.
I mean, it could go a lot of different ways, but it was really just
it can go clockwise.
No. It was originally designed to be a selector of tangles.
Like our legend in our original
Like
kit.
the legend. Only with this, the legend has 20 spaces, okay? With this one, you can have between 48 and 68 choices depending on how you put this together.
Right, so there are
12 in each
12
round.
pies,
Yeah.
slices, and then 1, 2, 3, or 3 and 4,
No,
and
that,
5.
Yeah.
So that's 60 plus the corners. You could divide the corners in 2.
60, yeah, so I'd make
So it's like 68.
Yeah.
So this is a huge choice from which to pick from.
Especially now that you each got 2 of them, that means you could do 2 spinners,
Right,
and
with
that
all
would be
different tangles.
136. Is that what it would be?
It would be a lot.
Yeah. I didn't write that one down. Okay, so my thought was the first spin would involve the ring closest to the center. So it would be this ring. So you would spin the arrow, and it would land on whatever tangle.
Is that gneiss?
No, that is
We have to remember
beeline. I think it's beeline.
all of the.
And then the second time you spin, you would look at this ring here, that second ring, and this one would be festoon.
Right.
And the third one would be the border sections here. So this would be perk right here.
You see what she did. If it lands in the middle, well, she can just
Yeah,
push it.
Yeah. And then the fourth one. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. So in our lessons, we did some of these pie shapes. We used the whole thing, and some of them we did 2 tangles in. So
we've got Huggins here. This is a clean land on Huggins.
and pepper. But if it comes in the middle there somewhere, you can choose either one, or make up your own things. And if you see 2 and I'd rather do this one. Do whatever you want because it's still your choice.
Right. And so, well, there's also these other things. We've got numbers and we've got letters.
Okay, so the numbers, I haven't really thought about the numbers yet.
Actually,
But
I have.
oh yeah, okay.
I
go.
got one for the numbers.
Okay,
So, okay.
he just likes to spin it.
Yeah. So here we go. We are on let me do that again. 8.9. Okay, so we're on 9. So here's an idea.
Okay.
If you're really adventurous, you say, okay, the first spin is an odd number. Odd number spin means you're going to do it with your non-dominant hand. And if it spins even, look at that.
You do it with your dominant hand?
Then you do it with your dominant hand.
This was your brilliant thing on this?
That was my brilliant idea.
Okay, well, don't listen to him. He's just into that all. So anyway, if you want to use the letters in this ring, and you come up with O, well, you choose a tangle that begins with the letter O. And if you don't like that, make it one that ends with the letter O. Of course, you wouldn't want to use onomato, but because that would be O in the front.
Well, you could always use onomato.
Okay. But you could do that, or it could just have an O in the word, in the name.
Right?
Right.
So H is for Huggins, or for Hollabaugh.
Yeah, all of those things. So then the other thing you might want to do is to spin twice. And then blend two.
Oh, okay, so we've got...
This is very adventurous. You would pick two tangles
so we've got
and
sort of like
blend them together.
And we've got... we've got... Okay, so we could combine
you could do those too.
And well.
So there are examples of this in the Zentangle Primer Volume 1 on pages 30 to 31 and 42 to 43. And these are examples of combining two tangles together and how they work. And it'll give you ideas on things maybe you hadn't thought of.
Ooh, I've got another idea.
What? Oh,
so
I'm afraid of this.
You get...
Go ahead.
No, you go get the primer, and then you spin this. Okay, so 4, spin it again. It's 4. So you go to page 44 and see whatever's there.
You could do that.
And do that.
Yeah.
Or you could go to the page of the reticulate and fragments.
Oh, that's right.
And because it's a
Oh,
letter.
those are the
it's
that
a
you
letter
do with
and
those,
a number.
A letter and a number. Yeah.
Right?
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many different ways to do this. I think you're going to have fun.
Right?
Right.
So we could go on and on and on, but we just like.
So this is just a couple of suggestions, and we did give you 2, and we encourage you to fill the second spinner with your favorite tangles. That kind of is a cool thing. And then, we have spinners available at the counting house, and you could just continue making spinners as time goes on and fill them with new tangles.
Or you could put this like this, right? And then get one of those clock things in there, and like you could say it's like it's about Hollabaugh past printemps.
I suppose you could.
Sorry.
That's a little silly.
It is. Okay. Let's see. What else? I think that this is, well, what we want to say is this series has been so much fun.
They're all so beautiful because we've been seeing them on the app. Everybody has been
and the
posting
comments
them.
have been wonderful.
And the colors have been so, because everybody got different colors in their pack, and some of them, true to Zentangle, stayed within those 2 colors, and which was, it forced you to do something you might not have done.
And we just absolutely loved looking at what everybody's done and doing.
So I got some ideas too.
Oh, okay.
You might want to keep this open, like up on a shelf, kind of leaning on a shelf, or you could take some blue tack in the 4 corners and stick it to the wall.
Half of our house is held together with blue tack.
That's true. And but you could frame it and just don't put a glass on it, and then it would be there for your, for the, like a clock, ever present.
We should frame this one.
Well, I could do that.
Right?
Yeah. So have your spinning fun and see where it goes. And I know what. If you come up with some brilliant ideas on things, how to use it that I hadn't thought of or Rick hasn't thought of, please post them on the blog, on the comment section
because
of
there'll
this
be
day.
a blog for this one. So we'd love to hear what you guys are doing with it, and
there'll be prizes for we'll be picking out from,
and post some images on the blog and take it for a spin.
Yes. On that note, goodbye.
Okay. Have a
fun.
wonderful, wonderful season. Merry Christmas from all of us.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And we'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Bye now.